Ms. Meadows, who is this young man?
It's my son, Gavin.
How old is he?
17.
This might not get pretty, so you want to have Gavin step outside for a while?
Sure. Come this way.
Ms. Meadows, you and Mr. Gustafson lived together as a couple for a long time. At some point, according to your complaint and Mr. Gustafson's answer, you decided to buy a home. According to you together, according to Mr. Gustafson, it was his home. The deed to the home is in his name alone. Is that correct?
Correct.
There's some discrepancy as to who put down the down payment, who paid the bills. I don't know. I will find out. But at some point, the two of you weren't getting along. And at that point, it looks as if you filed for a protective order and had Mr. Gustafson excluded from the home.
Correct.
And that lasted almost a year.
Correct.
While it wound around the court system. Now, when you got a protective order, I am correct that there was no hospitalization or anything because of injuries that you received as a result of fight with him or a result of an assault.
There was an assault, but no injuries, Your Honor.
There were no hospital records or any medical records of any injury that initially, we're not talking about secondarily, you had two protective orders or one with a violation. The initial one that you filed was in what month and year, Ms. Meadows?
That particular restraining order was in February of 2016, and we had been living in the home approximately 2 months.
And the home was in Mr. Gustafson's name, so it was his home because you were unmarried.
We bought it together, Your Honor.
Doesn't matter. The home is in his name. You're not married. The home is in what state?
Minnesota.
Minnesota, I assume, has the same laws as most places where you either have community property or equitable distribution if you're married and nothing if you're not, right? Nothing. It's his home. It's in his name. So in February of 2016, you'd been living in the home for 2 months. What kind of work were you doing?
At that time, I was a hairdresser, and I had my own business with my leather works.
Did you file tax returns in 2016?
Yes, I did.
How much did you claim that you earned in 2016?
I don't recall.
Give me a figure. 10, 20, 30,000?
$20,000?
$20,000. And what kind of work do you do?
I'm a union carpenter.
And how much did you claim that you earned in 2016?
I believe it was $72,000.
So clearly you were support of the household.
Yes.
How much of a down payment was put down on this house?
$1,000.
Is that correct?
Correct.
And what was the total purchase price of the house?
$206,000.
Whose name was on the mortgage?
His
Mine
name
was.
was.
Alone.
Correct.
So he is totally responsible for the mortgage, a $205,000 mortgage, with a mortgage payment of how much, sir?
$1,300.
And the taxes, which you paid.
Yes.
In February of 2016, which is the date of your first restraining order after you moved into the house, I'd like to see a copy of what you alleged. Because ultimately, this is what the case is about. You want money owed for lost wages and fees due to a false restraining order. The fact that when he finally got back into his own home, you claim he returned the property that was there while you were there for the year. Some of the property was vandalized. And punitive damages for an assault. That's what your claim is about. And he says he wants money for attorney's fees and vandalism. So that's why we're getting into all this minutiae. So I would like to see in February 2016 what allegations you made against the defendant in order to get him removed from his own house.
Your Honor, okay.
Don't answer me.
Okay.
I want to see the allegations that you made against Mr. Gustafson to get him removed from his own home.
That's not the restraining order. Pardon me, Your Honor. That's not the restraining order that got him removed from the home.